Hi guys, this is your reading for August 2019 for master number 11s. And yes, I'm holding it, and yes, you can see me on camera. My other computer had a hiccup and broke down, so I had to buy a new one. So this is me holding the numbers up for you so you know it's your video. I'm just going to pop those down. So yes, we're doing it a little bit differently. Um, what I've decided to do, I've already done a video on the astrology for August, and there's some major events as well. So you can go back to my YouTube channel or my Facebook page and watch that one. I did do it in the middle of July, so it's been up for a while. And I'm not going to do the new moons or full moons, all of that, because I've already done it in the video called astrology. And I think it's called cosmic events. So if you look for that on my page, or my channel. So we can get straight into reading your cards for August. What I'm going to do is I've shuffled the deck and split the cards, and I'm just going to pull cards off the top until we get to the end of your message for August. So that could be 5 cards, that could be 10 cards. This month also, I have a new deck I'm playing with at the moment, and we've got an extra message for the month, and that one comes out of the Wisdom of the Oracle, and that's by Colette Baron Reid, this set of cards. So I'll read that one out of the book at the end of the main reading. It is a new deck to me, but I find that for the main messages, if I read them out of the book, because we are also different, we might be a master number 11 or whatever. You'll pick up a line that I read in the book, and it'll just hit the nail on the head for you. So listen for that at the end of the main message. So here we go, and like I said, I'm just going to pull them straight off of the, I'm just going to make some room, pull them straight off the deck and read them as they come, sort of type thing. So there's no set spread. This is just basically however many cards we need, I'm going to pull. Okay, so we'll start with your first one, and it's the Knight of Michael. So with this new computer that I've got, I can't face the camera down, so this is why I think the universe is getting me to do it on camera. Basically, I wondered how they were going to get me to do it, but yeah, because usually all you see is my hands. So this is universe's way of saying to me that you need to put your face out there. So that's what I'm doing, guys. So this is the Knight of Michael, and it reads: strong, committed, intellectual, and diligent. Time to move quickly. Choose logic over emotion and sudden change. If you're anything like me, you're kind of getting used to the sudden change at the moment with all the planets that are retrograde. There's more been going retrograde in the month of August. I think there's one planet stationing direct. I think that might be Jupiter. We're getting used to having to deal with all the conditions, and especially with the eclipses that we had in July. A lot of things came around and about or forced us to do things. Plus Mercury retrograde, that station's direct, I think on the 31st, is it? 31st of July, I think that station's direct. So we're coming into what they call the shadow period of Mercury retrograde. So hence why computers are affected, and I've had to buy a new one. But anyway, getting back to your message in this card. Time to move quickly, use logic over emotion, and sudden change. So that card generally depicts you. Generally, the first card that you pull when you're doing whatever spread is the person that we're talking about. So you're going to have to move quickly. There'll be sudden change, and it's basically telling you to use logic over emotion. So in other words, use your head, not your heart. Your next card, see where we're going, is the Queen of Gabriel. I like this card. I actually quite like the Queen of Gabriel. It says passionate, charming, brilliant, and independent. You can do anything right now. Go after what you want, the ability to attract helpful people. So especially going with this card, there'll be people around that you can basically ask for help or guidance. but they'll be helpful people, especially if you've got sudden changes, these sorts of things. Sometimes it's good to have a person in your life that you can go to for answers, or a second opinion is basically what I get from this card. But like it says, time to move quickly. And then the next sentence in this card says you can do anything right now. So I have a feeling that you guys have been working very hard. But this card here is saying that you can do anything right now. You have to put your mind to it, of course. You might have had some sort of inkling as to what this is already. But this has come about, it's time to move quickly on it. It's come about because, hey, we're in August already. I can't believe that we're in August. It's just, this year is just flowing past. But whatever these changes are, you might have to seek a second opinion on it, or just someone to say that, yes, go for it, you're heading in the right direction. Your next card is the Four of Gabriel. So this is actually quite a very good card. It generally depicts some sort of celebration. So I'll read what it says. Time for a celebration, abundant rewards for hard work, release yourself from burdensome situations. So that's a pretty good card, girl, that one. So it's basically telling you whatever you have been working on, you've been working very hard. It's time for a celebration that you're nearly either at the implementing stage, or putting the whole thing together so that it's, that's your hard work and labour sort of type thing, and now you can basically, pick up and run with it. It does also say release yourself from burdensome situations. So maybe this is a little bit of a hint here that maybe you've been doing this sort of thing behind the scenes. Maybe you've also had to be maybe working another job, or to support yourself while you get this scheme sort of thing up and running. But yeah, that's the wise thing to do. You just don't leave a job and, try and start something new, because, year 2019, we all need an income. We all need to have like a second job or whatever, to pay the bills, whatever. But this card here is telling me, it is time for you guys to have a celebration, because you're nearly at that stage where you maybe can drop those burdensome situations and concentrating on basically this card here. Get up and running with it. Time to move quickly, basically. So if you've got anything left unfinished, I would say that this card's come along here to say that it's now time to up and at 'em with it. Make sure you cross your T's and dot your I's, all that sort of type thing. And yeah, but it'll be sudden change. So I'm not sure, these videos I think are coming out on the 30th of July. That's going to give you a bit of a heads up that you need to, just check that you've got everything you need in place. But we'll keep going, see what your next card is. And then we get the 10 of Gabriel. So there's a lot of, Gabriel is the wand suit, and that means it's the fire suit. There's a lot of fire behind it, and a lot of action sort of type thing. So this one here says, ask your angels for helpful people to lighten your load. Working too many hours, trying too hard to please others. So I'm just going to pop those cards down here. You've got two cards here, the Queen of Gabriel and the 10 of Gabriel, saying that there are helpful people around you. You have to ask, though. A lot of people these days, they don't like to interfere in other people's business until they're asked, sort of type thing. But make sure they are people that you trust, and that you can basically share your load with, sort of type thing. They might know somebody that can help you out or can point you in the right direction. This card here I call is my Cinderella card. If you have a close look at it, she's dressed like Cinderella. And if you know the story, she tries very hard to please everybody else but pleases nobody, basically at the end of the day. So yeah, trying too hard to please other people, never a good idea, especially in this day and age. You do have people around you though, even with this card, you know, there's another person in this card with you. And again, you know, it's saying release yourself from burdensome situations. It says exactly the same thing on this card here. Working too many hours. Ask your angels for helpful people to lighten your load. Working too many hours, trying too hard to please everybody. So, you know, that's a biggie. There's 3 Gabriel cards here. So if you're in a position that you maybe are getting a little bit stressed, that you have too much to do, you can't please everybody, put yourself very near that top, or at the top, I'm going to say, because you're the one that needs that. You've got the fire cards here, and there could be quite a lot to do. So put yourself near the top, look after your health, look after your eating patterns, sleep, all that sort of type thing, to get this all done sort of type thing. But like I said, there are helpful people for coming in if you ask. I'm just going to pop this one back here. So we'll carry on, see what else you get. And it's another Gabriel card, the 9 of Gabriel this time. It says, stay determined and move forward. Be prepared for any possibility, environmental activist. I'm just going to get rid of that one. So look, we've got 4 fire cards, 4 wands cards. And this one here says stay determined. Sometimes we get a little bit, well, this is never going to work, or, you know, this is never going to happen, or it's just too bloody hard, or excuse the French, or, you know. This card here, I mean, this is a 9 and you've got the 10 over here. So I'm just going to put those down. The 9 and the 10. The 10s are ends of cycles too. I forgot to mention that. I've only just sort of noticed it. It's an end of a cycle. You need to end the cycle out by taking this, you know, swift action. Kind of move quickly using logic over an emotion and sudden changes. You need to basically end this out with this 10 of Gabriel here. But you also, to get there, you need to stay determined with this card. Sorry guys, there's a bit of glare on the cards. But definitely stay determined. It's the end of a cycle. It's ending out. You won't have to do this very much longer. You know, what else do I have to say? You know, you've got 4 Gabriel cards here, 4 wand suit or fire suit, whichever you want to call them. It might be also a good idea to call on Archangel Gabriel, because these are her cards that are coming out. But yeah, like I said, you've got to end the cycle out. I'm just going to pop them there, and I'm going to carry on. I'm going to go one more card. Okay, we've got 1 major arcana card, the High Priestess, which is number 2 with Archangel Heniel, and it says powerful psychic insights, reflection and meditation that provides valuable information. Be at peace. So being at peace, you know this end of a cycle is coming, and then you can be at peace. But I also think with this card coming out, you need to go with the flow. Relax your mind, sort of type thing. Don't you know, go round and round in circles with the head, because if you can quieten your mind as well, you'll get that psychic information. And we are all psychic. Sometimes it's just a matter of training the mind, training the third eye sort of type thing. But like I say with this card, always with this card, you can see her gown that she's wearing. It's like a waterfall running down these steps. And that's why I say it's a card of going with the flow. The High Priestess is all about like intuition, your gut intuition. There was another card here somewhere. I'm just going to find it. I can't find it now, which one. I'm going to go with this one still. This one keeps jumping out at me, the 10 of Gabriel here. When it says ask your angels for helpful people. You can ask your angels as well, is what I'm going to say. Your angels are always available. When I use this deck and I do readings, I call upon all the 4 angels of these cards, which is Archangel Michael, Archangel Gabriel, Archangel Ariel, and Archangel Raphael. And they are the ones that help me read the cards. And these are their cards, basically. But I think just going with the flow, because you might end up a little bit stressed if you don't. So, but just know that, this is the end of a cycle here. So then you'll be starting again from sort of, scratch again. But I definitely think if you've got plans and that that need sort of finishing up to get to the next stage, definitely, just remember this card here. You've got the 10 of Gabriel. It's the end of the cycle. We'll pull one more card and see what will happen. Well, there you go. That's a very good card too. 9 of Raphael. Now, this is the 9 of Cups in the traditional tarot, and it's the wish card. It says, make a wish, dreams become reality, a joyful time in life. Yeah, a joyful time of life, sorry. So you could even basically, once you've got through this end of a cycle here, if you're working on some sort of different plan or different career, these sudden changes sort of type thing, remember that card too, the 9 of Raphael. Make a wish, because we're in a very powerful time at the moment, that wishes can come true. And I don't mean to say in fairy tales and all this sort of type thing, like the Cinderella card and all that sort of thing. I think it's more to do with your career and lifestyle, all this sort of type thing. Burdensome situations, it just keeps coming back into my head, like, there's people all in these cards that can help you with those burdensome situations. You can also help yourself, by becoming a little bit stiller and just going with the flow. There is no need to panic and rush and all that sort of type thing. I know this card here says time to move quickly, but just go with the flow. You can still go with the flow and move quickly, but just use your logic over emotion sort of type thing. When we're not like this, when we're not going with the flow, it's all about emotion. When we are using our logic over our emotion, we're then going with the flow, if that makes sense. So just remember that card. It's the wish card, okay? So by the end of August, I'm going to say, I think some of your wishes will be coming true. Like it says, make a wish, dreams become a reality, a joyful time of life. So that cycle ending, you're coming into a joyful time of life. So like I always say, new moons, full moons, do your gratitude and forgiveness lists and your new moon wishes list or intentions list, because your wishes may become reality. One more card, see how we go. And we get the 8 of Raphael now, which it says, there is something better waiting for you. Do what you know is right for you, a spiritual quest. So that's card. I'm going to end on this card here, because I think these two go very nice. You've got the 8, then you've got the 9. And I think that's what you have to concentrate on through August. If you can see on this card here, just pop that one down for a moment. She's got a bridge in front of her, and it's entirely her choice whether she crosses that bridge or not. So this is where this card comes in very, very nicely and says, make a wish. What do you want on the other side of that bridge? What is it that you're planning? What do you want to succeed? But like it says, there is something better waiting for you. Do what you know is right for you in a spiritual quest. So, you know, think about what is right for you. What is that wish that you want to come true and to become a reality? And that's entirely up to you, whatever you wish for. Both these cards are saying, you know, there is a better future coming for you. There is something better waiting for you. And even on this card, you know, dreams become a reality. I think we'll end on those two cards because they're very good cards. And again, that's a 9. You've got one more and that's an end of a cycle. So that's kind of like nearly 2 cycles ending out. So it'll be interesting to see what your Wisdom Oracle card is. Excuse me, guys. And this card is called Treasure Island, and it's a number 9. Number 9 again. You've got a few 9s here. So what I'll do is I'm just going to pop that down, and I'm going to read this one out of the book. Put these ones on. I'm just going to hold that up. Hopefully there's no glare on that. So it's Treasure Island, and it says the essential meaning. The law of attraction brings dreams into fruition. The results of positive thinking made manifest. Abundance appears as if from nowhere, financial gains and the sharing of good fortune. So there you go, fits in nicely with these cards. I knew what that one was, but I didn't know what, you know, these ones on top were. So just remember that. Abundance appearing as if from nowhere. So rub that genie lamp, guys. So the main oracle message for that card is you're working hard and acted upon your unwavering belief in abundance, and suddenly in the midst of it all you hit the jackpot. You have uncovered a map to buried treasure and tapped the unlimited potential within you. What you must hone now is your ability to recognize where X marks the spot, because some of these golden opportunities may be obvious, but others may not be so readily apparent. Trust your intuition to light your way now and as you enter this truly prosperous phase, where all the long hard work navigating your inner life is now paying off externally. In all aspects of your life at this time, you have good fortune. Don't forget to enjoy it and share it with others, as treasure shares multiplies like magic. So you guys couldn't have got a better card. It's actually an extremely good reading. So there's your Treasure Island, guys. You know, you've worked hard for it, you've manifested it, keep manifesting it. Like I say, do those new moon intentions, whatever. And just remember this card, the 9 of Raphael here. These two go hand in hand together very nicely. So, you know, this is rubbing the, he's got a genie lamp here, you know, making those wishes, making them come true. This one says, you know, things appearing from nowhere sort of type thing. So I think you've got the Midas touch this month. But also remember, in the book it read that, you know, some things are obvious, but sometimes that X spot is not obvious and you may just miss it. So that's where maybe the Empress card comes in here to basically, you know, slow down, go with the flow so that you don't actually miss anything. So good reading, guys. That's a really good card to get. These cards, since I've been doing the readings and since I've had the deck, have been spot on. So I'm going to leave it there. So I wish you well for the month of August. And just remember, you're going to have a lot to do. There are going to be helpful people around. You just have to ask. So we'll leave it there. I wish you well for the month of August, and we'll talk again very soon.